and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and I make lifestyle videos here on YouTube. Basically, it's just things that reflect my life and the things that I love and enjoy. Most recently, I got married on October 8th, 2016. So a lot of the videos here are pertaining to my wedding and stuff. Or the more recent ones. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about honeymoon planning. It might not be entirely things that you want to hear, but I'm going to be very honest with you about the honeymoon planning process, how it was for me. So basically I have about 7 tips to give to you all, so I hope that you all are interested in this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so. I'd love to have you here on my channel. And be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it. Be sure to leave in the comments down below where you all went for your honeymoon. I love to travel. I will say I haven't done a lot of it. I haven't been fortunate enough to, but it's definitely one of my goals and something that I really want to do more of as much as I can. Be sure to leave them in the comments because I would love to research and Google them. I am like the ultimate Googler, so be sure to do that if you haven't already. Alright, so just for a little backstory, I do have a honeymoon vlog if you want to watch more of like what we actually did while we were there and stuff like that. But Tyler and I ended up going to St. Petersburg, Florida, so it's like near Clearwater. It's on the Gulf side of Florida. It was absolutely beautiful. The whole time that really wasn't our plan though. Our plan wasn't really to go to Florida. We wanted to get on an airplane. I have still never been on an airplane ever, and it's definitely one of my goals. It's not that I'm like terrified of it. Like I might be terrified when I'm actually doing it, but I've just never been able to go on an airplane. I've never went anywhere that needed an airplane. So when we started planning our honeymoon, that was definitely something that I wanted to do. I wanted to go out west. There were 2 places I really wanted to go to. One was to Montana. I want to go to Montana so bad. I don't know why. It's just a trip that I've always wanted to go on, or not always. It's a trip that I realized, I guess, that I really want to go on. One of my dreams is to go to like a ranch, like a dude ranch, and actually like get on a horse and go work the ranch and go on trails and like just do all that like cool outdoorsy stuff and just kind of like explore, go to like Yellowstone, all that fun stuff. Like I just think that would be really cool to do. So that was one thing I wanted to do. I either wanted to go to Montana or Lake Tahoe. So I've never been to Lake Tahoe. I don't know anyone that's been to Lake Tahoe that I know like personally. And honestly, I didn't know about Lake Tahoe until I started trying to plan my honeymoon. I saw pictures of it, maybe it was on Pinterest or something, and it just looked really cool. So going to Florida, back on topic, going to Florida was not really where I wanted to go. Like I go to the beach with my family and with his family every year. And we actually had went to a beach in North Carolina like a couple weeks or maybe like a month before my wedding. So I wasn't like really wanting to go to the beach, but I had never seen like clear blue water, so I was cool with it if we got to see that. Tip number 1 is to start as early as possible. So I got engaged at the end of February, and we immediately started planning and trying to figure out when we could get married. And originally it was going to be August, but it turns out we had to push it back till October because we had to have like around 6 months to prepare for our wedding, since it was a Catholic wedding. And we ended up not getting to the church we were going to do it at till 2 months later. So so I started planning like as soon as I knew, but I wouldn't say it was like planning to like book. It was like planning to see how much stuff would cost. So I did do that, and I looked into Montana, and I was shocked how affordable you could do it. Like there were certain ranches and certain, not even like ranches, just like hotels and stuff that weren't that bad, and the plane tickets that I had found, like to Bozeman or whatever, was like, for two, it was like $500. So it really wasn't that bad at all. I live in Virginia, so I mean, that's like a cross-country trip for $500 for two people both ways. I didn't think that was bad at all. Well, so I had it in my mind that we were going to Montana because we, you know, I knew what budget we needed, and so I thought, you know, we could make that work. The same thing for Lake Tahoe. It was about the same price as well. I ended up deciding that I didn't want to go to Montana because going in October, it could be like snowy and stuff, and I really wanted to go there when it was like pretty outside and you could like do all the cool stuff and it wasn't like bad weather. So I didn't want to go during that time. I decided that wasn't good, but I still thought, you know, we could do Lake Tahoe because it could still be warm there around that time. You couldn't really swim, but you could still see everything cool, and you could do a lot of fun things. So then I started looking into Lake Tahoe. Well, I didn't have, I'll be honest, like I don't care, I'll be honest, I did not have the money like right then and there when I was looking. Like I knew by the time the honeymoon came, like I would probably have enough, but I did not have it right then and there. So I thought, you know what, we'll have the money then, we'll go do that, that'll be fun. Tyler was for it. Well, a few months later came, and I looked at the plane tickets again, and it was probably, I looked at them in September. So this was about 6 months later, 7, 8 months later. And it was closer to the time, and the plane tickets had doubled. So they were over $1,000, and I knew there was no way I could do that. So unfortunately, that sucked. So I knew we weren't going to be able to fly on an airplane. So then there's this like small airline that you can, or it's like a cheap airline that you can do on the East Coast. And I started looking into those to go to like Clearwater, Florida. And I was like, well, at least we could go on that. It would be cool. It would be cheaper. And then it turns out that those tickets were ridiculous too. So I was like kind of upset because I had planned all along we were going to go on an airplane, and waiting a longer period of time before, or waiting to book closer to your wedding is not good. Everything doubles. So that's one thing. You need to start planning early, and you need to book early because it'll be a lot more expensive. So that was my second tip, was to start saving money early. So as soon as you know that you are gonna get married, start saving. I did start saving, but the thing that I spent most of my money on in the very beginning was my wedding dress. So that was all the money I had saved up before I got engaged. And I spent all of it on my wedding dress. So I didn't have enough to put a deposit down for my honeymoon at that time. My number 3 tip would be to pick somewhere new. I think it was special that we went to St. Petersburg because we had never been there, and I had never seen the Gulf waters before. I don't think Tyler had either. I will say the water wasn't as like clear as I thought it would be. Like I thought it would be blue because of like the pictures from Destin and all that, which is right around that area. But one day it was like super clear. I could see my feet all the way through to the sand, and I was shocked. But not every day was it clear, which is kind of weird. So pick somewhere new. I think like I really enjoy going to Charleston, South Carolina. It's one of my favorite places to go to. But me and Tyler had went there the January before I got engaged. So I didn't want to go there again because, you know, that is somewhere that's not too far away from us that we could drive to, and it could be like a weekend trip rather than going somewhere new that we couldn't really do quite often. So I think it's really special and fun to go somewhere new, and it doesn't have to be across the country or to another country. It could literally just be a different state or just a different destination that you've never been to. I think it just really makes it extra special. My 4th tip is to set a budget and be realistic about it. So I think it wasn't that I was unrealistic about it, but I, in the beginning, was like, we're flying across the country, we'll be able to afford it. And had I booked early, I probably could have. But when it came closer to the wedding, like everything starts adding up, and yeah, you've budgeted for it, but things get tight. Like things come up that you have to pay for that don't pertain to the wedding. So I think setting a realistic budget and either setting that money aside, I think it's important because, you know, you see these people that go across the country and they go on these elaborate trips. Well, most of the time, they're not the ones paying for it. So it's usually their parents or something. So if you're having to pay for your wedding yourself, it's okay to do something that is not that elaborate. And honestly, one of my other tips is that you will just want to relax. That is all I wanted to do. So we only went for like 4 nights and 5 days, I think. So that entire time we relaxed. We laid in cabanas on the beach. We had a blast and we relaxed. So maybe traveling to a different country or somewhere crazy like that, that would be hard on your body, and you're really just wanting to get away and relax. So even if you can't go on an elaborate trip, just going away somewhere that you both agree on and you both would enjoy, it'll be wonderful. So don't worry about spending an arm and a leg on a trip that you can't really afford. Another fun tip when you're planning your honeymoon is to tell the hotel that it's your honeymoon, because you will get so many more advantages and neat little things. Like when we arrived at our hotel at like 2 a.m., which it was miserable. Like the drive down there was horrible because it was like 10 plus hours. But when we got there, we told them, yeah, we're married. We're here for our honeymoon. And she was like, oh, well, we're going to give you an upgrade. So we got a balcony oceanfront room. Like we didn't have an oceanfront, like an ocean view suite from the beginning. I think we were just on, I don't even remember what room I had booked, but we didn't have an ocean view, and we definitely didn't have a balcony. Most of theirs didn't have balconies, which was kind of weird. So they like upgraded us, gave us a balcony, made it ocean view, and it was awesome. They even gave us like a little card with like, maybe it was a resort, so they gave us like $50 to spend, which was a meal that we got to do something fun with. So it was definitely awesome, and just dropping that little hint might get you even better things that you don't have to pay for. I will say, I think it's important to plan at least one night that you do something special. Something special to like the area you're at or the resort you're in. We planned one night and went to like, I think it was called Guy Harvey's Outpost. It was a part of the resort, but it wasn't in the building we were in. And it was a restaurant that was featured on the show Tanked. So it was really cool. We sat literally beside of this beautiful aquarium tank with fish going by. I mean, it was huge, and the food was amazing, and it was not cheap, but it was definitely a cool experience to say that we got to go there. So I think just planning something special like that, or maybe if it's like a kayak ride, like in Charleston, me and Tyler we went kayaking one time, and that was the first time we'd ever done that together, and it was so fun and cool. Like I'll never forget that experience. We were in like the bay, like open ocean water, and it was just cool. So I think planning something like that is definitely really fun. Alright, so I think those are the biggest tips I had for planning your honeymoon. I hope that this experience for you is relaxing as it can be and enjoyable, and I hope that you all have a wonderful honeymoon. And if you're not getting married, you're already married, maybe this will help you when you're just planning a maybe an anniversary trip or something else coming up this spring or summer. I am like eager to go on a trip somewhere. I was telling Tyler, can we go camping or something? Like it doesn't have to be expensive. Let's just go somewhere and do something for the weekend. So maybe I'll be planning another trip soon, or just doing something fun and going somewhere for the weekend. Hope that you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to check back for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe. I will catch you on my next video. Bye guys.